Hello everybody, in this video I will inform who has won my first competition in which you could win a nice EDC knife, the Sanrenmu 763. First a little explanation. Well, sorry for being quite late with these results, but honestly I've been I had a lot of work actually, both at work obviously and also privately. I couldn't get to make it quicker than this anyway. Anyway, we have a winner. And since we had only 11 entries to the competition, I thought, well, I can briefly introduce each of them because I really appreciate, guys, all the effort that you did for this. So I must say, out of more than 1,300 subscribers, I had expected a few more responses. So, but there will be more competitions later on in which you can try, and then it will be other kind of challenges. So, briefly, the first person who actually reacted, and very quickly here, is here. His name is Will John Gibbs. From, I seem to remember, New Zealand, and he showed us the very impressive treehouse that he and his dad made last summer, I believe it was. And yeah, it's indeed an amazing thing. You have to see that. It's really something nice that they did. Then also quite an early answer came from Stefan Schmalhaus, who actually I've been already a bit in contact before, just on knife related informational email exchanges, and he did, in my opinion, a really nice and fun kind of parody on a short horror movie. It's really worth seeing. I think he spent really a lot of time in it. It's quite fun. Then we go further. Mr. Kessler 003. What was fun here, it all began like a classic kind of knife review clip, and then suddenly there was a good joke towards Belgium. Well, see, and you will probably recognize who he actually shows at the very end of his clip. Then Albi Celestes is I think he was the last entry. He had actually sent it earlier, his entry, and for some reason, I don't know how, I didn't receive his submission, or I accidentally erased actually, or didn't approve, which, well, I don't know what happened, but second try, Mr. Celeste's video is in there. And what is it? It is an amazing piece of accordion music, and he actually selected an accordion composition from a Belgian composer, no less. And of course, to bribe me, what he did at the very end, I could see him drinking a Belgian beer. Now, Albi, think about this. Stella Artois is in Belgian scene as a very middle of the road beer. Anyway, the heart of your video, I thought it was amazing, really amazing. And then here also a musical entry, 5-string DDS, banjo music, and that is, for me, banjo music is really the heart of, you could say, country America. It's something so peculiar, and yes, a lovely short entry actually, really nice. Then, oops, I actually modified the view a bit so that the camera would pick up the details. The English redneck, well, that was really some out-of-the-box thinking. He modified a Sebenza, Sebenza, oh my god, so the Sebenza fanboys will kill me now. I mean the Sanrenmu 710, who looks a bit like a Sebenza. He modified it for it to have a bottle opener, such as here the 763 that you can win actually has, but he did that actually at the end of the handle, and yeah, for me, I thought that was really out-of-the-box thinking. In one of the comments, I read that the hand holding actually suffered from it, but as an ID, well, that was lovely. Then Phantom Hockey Zero showed actually a nifty little gadget that allows for, you could say, a maglev train kind of levitation. Actually, it's a magnet that pushes up something else and that thing turns around. It's quite a peculiar thing. It's worth seeing. Then the incomparably named Godzilla Will Eat You. Now that's a fantastic username. He also had a fun entry, and it also began like a knife review video showing off. I seem to remember it was a bug that he has, but then he also shows something really cool, a paper model of a Zippo. Now, paper models, it's actually kind of an ancient art, which is now, you could say, almost like a cult hobby, instead of making little models out of plastic parts, to really make it from scratch out of paper. And actually, a few years ago, I tried it myself. I had a paper model of an ancient Venetian ship, and I thought it was fun to make. Well, it was actually a lot more work than I expected, but yeah, that was fun. Check out the Zippo. Then one of the more elaborate, you could say, to do videos is kind of a video joke, or it's kind of a short movie, but it's more a joke actually, from J. Lord Bird. And what I love there actually is really the vivid editing and the angles. It was fun. It was well, not for everybody perhaps the clip, but I think J. Lord, you should continue doing work with video, because you have a certain eye for position and editing. Then this I Eat Guns. Now that was also very interesting. It's a surreal animation about a kind of a planet-eating, planet-sized monster, you could say. Now that was actually very original. Well, for me, but I actually had seen such a thing before, but I'm really certain that Mr. I Eat Guns didn't get this idea from what I'm going to show you now. There was actually a Japanese manga called Hellstar Remina, available in French, not in English. I checked that. So in which you actually see a planet-eating planet. That's a kind of a big object in the sky. You see the people they're watching. Is that moon-like thing coming closer, and then, as you can see, it won't. Wait a minute. So, as you can see, it won't end well for Earth. Well, it's a bit that kind. What it was here in that horror manga, which, by the way, is not as good as I had hoped. It's a bit that idea that he makes in a rather more fun and surreal video. I mean, you definitely have to continue with this kind of work. And then the last of the 11 entries were from Sports and Cars, where it's a fun little video about you could say, using a knife to chop a bottle of water. It was also one of the last entries actually, because I had to extend the duration anyway, because I really didn't have time to make a response. So, who will win? Well, actually, because what I must admit here, when you organize such a competition and people start entering their videos, then suddenly the harsh reality hits home for me that, well, I have to choose one. I have to choose a winner, and inevitably disappoint others. Well, okay, I will steal my heart and we have to decide who the winner is. So now we have a runner-up, and which knife will the runner-up get? Well, this is I discussed this another Sanremo, which is more or less the same as one sold by Fox. You can see this in my previous video. It's an aluminium handle. I forgot the type actually of this one, and I ordered it actually by accident because I don't like those Tanto tips. But there's nothing wrong with the knife. It's a pretty nice pocket knife. And so this is for a runner-up. Now, who is the runner-up? Well, I hesitated for a long time between I Eat Guns with the computer animation that he did and the visual joke, and Mr. Stefan Schmalhaus. And actually I'm still hesitating now. It's cool, it's cool. I would, well, what, oh la la, well, I will choose actually this time, I will choose I Eat Guns, because it's it's really an original animation. It's clever. Sorry, Stefan, but you're a creative guy. There will be other opportunities for you to become number 2 or 1. But I really loved your video. It was really a hard choice. So I Eat Guns. We will be in contact, and you give me your email, no, your postal address, and you will get this runner-up knife. Now, who is actually then the winner? Well, for me, the one that was most touching, you could say, and so impressive was Albi Celestis. For me, this was, once I saw this video clip, and I will click it after this, well, it amazed me. It was really so beautiful what he did. Again, everybody, I'm so happy with the responses and signs of good ideas and creativity. Albi from California, I seem to remember, I must check that. You will get this really nice EDC knife, which is probably short enough to be legal to carry. And so we'll be in contact and I send this to you. So for the other ones, again, there will be more competitions on other topics. Please don't be disheartened. I really appreciated all of them. And I will end now by starting at least Albi's video. So in case you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
You can see what
Mr. Dagon, 007, greetings from California. This is for you, and this is why I should win.
So I thought this was really amazing what Albi does there. And of course, well, I understand for other competition entries, I can understand that you don't play music, and really this was it's not because it was music, but I thought this was very touching actually. And so for other entries, do not focus on music in the future. For other competitions, we will have other things. So thanks again for everybody for joining, and I'm curious what you think about my decision, if I will now get a lot of flames over me, or if you think I made a good choice. Well, anyway, it's my personal taste. That's what you have with creativity. It's all a matter of personal taste. So I'll be the winner, and the runner-up, I Eat Guns, with a wonderful 3D animation. So that's it for now, and see you soon for a very different video.